Good morning. Come down to feed the boys, and this young man doesn't look very well. Oh, but what's up, darling? I think we'll get you in, because that's not like you to not eat. And he's tucking into it a little bit now, but I mean, it was a proper rainy, miserable night, but it's really not like him to not be digging in. So I'll just give him a minute here just to see if he does eat up, and then we'll get you up the top and get you under solarium, yeah? Yeah, this is a bit worrying. There's been quite a bit of grunting as well, and he's really not comfortable. Right, rug off, solarium on, and as soon as you take the rug off, you can see he's actually trembling. He's a little bit tucked up on his belly, but not badly. So I'll get a fleece on him as well, and the first thing, we'll get him warm. It wasn't cold last night, so I suspect that there's something else going on. So I think it might be a case of getting Sam down to come and have a check on him, but I'll take his temperature first. So I've spoken to Sam, and we've agreed that the best thing to do is get him up to the surgery. And you never know, it might be that if there's something going on in his tummy, it clears on the way up there like it did for Doubtson that time. He's certainly looking a little bit brighter, and the fact that he's shouting across to Nika is good, but yeah, he's definitely not himself. Well, as you can see, someone is looking a lot brighter. So we've been up to see Sam. Sorry, I didn't get any footage while we were up there. He had a rectal exam and had a thorough check over and had some bloods taken, and he was even eating. He passed some droppings on the way up, but I never ever like to take a risk with anything that looks like colic, because it's just not worth it. So I'm delighted that he is feeling better, but we are going to keep him in tonight, keep a close eye on him, and Sam will run those bloods if he shows any signs of deterioration. But obviously by keeping him in, we can monitor the droppings that he's doing and make sure that everything is working properly. After me saying in my weekly update about how much Mr. McClure gets done in a day, he then didn't turn up yesterday. He was busy doing something else, but he and Michael are here today, and they're cracking on already with the gates. Oh look, are you happy to be on camera for a change? So we got the first two wooden gates in there, and then these two that are going to give them access out into their winter field. And I do love the wood. It looks so much nicer than the galvanised gates. So I believe they have to get the gates in first, all lined up, before putting in the rest of the post and rails.
That much. Not that much.
Look how beautiful this fencing is looking already, but it's no easy task. The auger drills the hole, then it all gets cleared out by hand, taking the rocks and the soil out, and then it's really important to get each of these posts absolutely level, otherwise the rails won't fit. So has that gone in easier than the others?
A little bit, yeah. The higher we climb the hill, the harder it is. The lower we come down, the softer it is. Yeah, but it's not a problem to us, Tracy.
Of course, it's not a problem to you. Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Is there a challenge at all in what you're doing?
A challenge?
Yeah.
To get to the first.
Putting up with him.
To get to the 1st of December.
Yeah, but you'll have it all done before the 1st of December, won't you?
There's a lot to do. A lot of holes to dig.
Yeah, but you can get a lot done in a day.
We can.
If only it didn't go dark that early.
Exactly. That's why we've got headlights.
Yep, that's what they're for.
Anyway, interview over.
Okay. So Oebe has been in overnight. He hasn't really eaten a lot, and he's definitely not himself. So he's come up here with Nero, with Rainbow Boy this morning. And again, he's just picking at his food a little bit. So Sam's running his bloods at the moment, and then we'll see what they suggest. But I'm suspecting that I might need to restrict him from eating tonight. Not that he wants to eat much, and whiz him up for a scope tomorrow, because although he's not looking colicky, I definitely think he's not very comfortable in his tummy, because watching him last night, he went to lay down several times but couldn't quite bring himself to do it. So something is bothering him. And even when Hidda was going up to him, he wasn't challenging him, which is something he would usually do. So hopefully it's nothing serious, and whatever it is, we've caught it early enough. So Frey's brought Oebe into the friendship barn, and he's going to have a little bit of a Hofmag session. So it's going to be interesting to see where he's reactive. Not heard from Sam yet about the bloods. And as I say, he's looking bright enough in himself, but just not his usual cheeky self. This is quite interesting because Freya's scanned the other side and there was no reaction even going up to number 9 on the left-hand side. In other news, there's Mai, who's been in. She's had a clean up in Bessie's barn. Hoitzer and Jubbers are up on the hill over there. It's almost tea time, so he'll be kicking the gate soon to let everybody know that he's ready. And then in the barn, we got little old man Hidda. Hey, gorgeous. Hello. Who's been flirting with Micah. And then we've got Nika, who's in. There's Molly over there. Have you had a good day, Molly?
Yes, it's been busy, good.
Busy, lots of horses everywhere. So we've got Ren and Annie out there.
Following you.
Micah's following me. I know, I was going to do some groundwork with you, but you're going to Mel's tomorrow, so that's okay. So Ren did a little short live hack that some of you might have caught on the channel. It wasn't very successful because we lost the sound. There's your Rainbow Boy. And then out here, if she doesn't mind me filming her, this is Paige. So Paige has just come and done your first day with us, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, have you
It's been
enjoyed?
amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Well, thank you for all your help. I think you've done lots of poo picking, haven't
I
you?
have definitely, yeah.
Yeah. It's because they all just wander everywhere.
But it's lovely that they can all just wander everywhere.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thank you for all your help today. I'll let you get back to it. And then down here, we've got the guys still working on all the stone facing around the shippen. That's Edward giving everybody a wave there. Oh, look, everyone is. And then right down the bottom, there's been lots of activity down at the girls' turnout that I'll show you a little bit more of shortly. And as I didn't get to show it to you on a live, as I usually would try and do on a Wednesday morning, here's a little bit of what Michael and Ian have been up to. Getting all those rafters in place on the shippen roof. It's really coming together. And looking amazing. And I think all the stone facing will start on this side of the building, I believe next week. This is Bryn. And look, he's come out of the car and he's peed on the portaloo, so he knew exactly where to do it. Don't pee on Arthur now.
Why?
So Bryn's helping with all the fencing down here at the moment. We had Duke here before, we've got Bryn now. How's it going today? Are you happy?
Very happy. Very happy. Yeah.
He's beautiful, isn't he? How old is he?
Like his owner.
Who's his owner then?
Like his owner. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
How old is he?
It's just nearly 8.
Is he?
8 in 1st of December.
Oh, you beautiful boy.
Right, son.
Is he a good assistant?
Better than him.
Better than you? Yeah.
Don't take much.
Are you just standing there?
He's not good at mixing concrete though.
Oh, is he not?
The dog isn't. No.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant David then.
But,
I'm just wondering why you're just stood there and Mike's doing all the work. Oh, you're thinking.
brains.
Oh,
Brains.
the brains. You're doing calculations. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you. Thousands wouldn't.
No, we're doing well. We're happy. We're on
Well,
schedule.
if you're happy, that's always good. I'm going to go and see if they're happy inside there now.
They'll never be happy.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go and take a look. So there's Alan there, back on the telehandler, and apologies to Alan because I called him Steve the other day on a video. But I know that Alan has been busy helping Tony in here with getting this whole area levelled out and the concrete pad in place, ready for the haylage to go on. So David says he's happy with what he's done outside. Are you happy with how it's gone in here today?
Yeah, I think we've had a good day again. Well, afternoon really, because concrete didn't come till after lunch, did it? So we're just waiting for it to just go off a little bit now to float this edge up.
And you say that you've put a little bit of an angle on this?
A fall, yeah. There's 40 millimetres of fall. That's the highest place. This is the lowest place, just in case you ever wash it off or anything, or a horse wheeze on it, it'll run off.
I don't want them to wee on it or
Well,
poo
I know
on it.
we
I
don't,
want to
but
keep it nice and clean the whole time.
Well, I know. So, yeah, we'll just put a bit of fall on that. There's 40 mil of fall on that. There's 30 mil of fall on that in the doorway, as is the other door.
So this is the other bit that's been done today, and then this whole area in here has been rolled, ready for the wood chip arriving early tomorrow morning. And then once that's in, what's the plan for getting the concrete down outside the other doorway?
We really need the rainwater harvesting tanks and the filter system set up, and then we can judge how high the base needs to be to sit the tanks on.
Okay.
We need to get in touch with Kevin, see how far these rainwater harvesting tanks are,
Yeah.
and then get these manhole rings ordered to sit them on.
Which is what, yeah, they're going to sit
Yeah.
on. Brilliant. Well, once again, it's an impressive amount that you've done in a day.
Thank you.
Good morning. We got Hida and Annie in there. We were quite late for breakfast this morning. I felt very mean feeding this morning because this young man here, little Oebe, isn't allowed any food because you're heading up to the vets at about 11 o'clock today. So you've got to starve all the way through till 12:30 for your scope. And then that way Sam can see what's going on in your tummy. But he's bright enough. He ate his hard feed at 10 o'clock last night. But yeah, we know he's just not quite right. So with this whole area now beautifully prepared, we're ready for the wood fibre. He's going to be here any minute, and he's going to tip it all at the front of the barn here. And then Tony's going to get it all spread out. Oh, and then I'm going to be wanting to put the horses in, but we're not quite ready yet. So Sam's here with the wood fibre, and as you can see, the lorry is somewhat higher than the entrance to the building. So it is going to get tipped out the front. So So there's 30 cubic metres of wood fibre on here. Now Tony's getting it all inside the barn and levelled out. Now, of course, the downside with all this wood chip being put outside the barn is that, yes, Tony's been able to scrape it all up and put it in the barn, but there's quite a lot of wood chip left out here, which we don't want to waste. And the best way to move it is with one of these. Now, as many of you know, our leaf blower is one of the most important tools that we have up at the yard. But as Molly is up there using it at the moment, we're very lucky because the wonderful Kim Perryman has gone onto our wish list for the girls' turnout area here, got us this still leaf blower, exactly the same as we use up on the yard, and I'm now going to use it to just clean up some of this excess that's still outside the front. Oh, it's looking fabulous already. It won't look this pretty for long though, because I just want to keep it all nice and clean and tidy, but no, I want to see horses in here rolling, lying down, having a sleep. That's the idea. So you think we've got the right amount?
Perfect.
Here's little Oebe. He's just coming round after sedation. He's had his scope, and it's confirmed to me one of the many reasons why you should never ever take the risk when a Friesian, or any horse really, shows signs of colic, because Sam scoped him and has actually found an impaction in his stomach. So he's been tubed with a couple of litres of Coke to help shift it, but he's going to stay up at the surgery, and Sam's going to scope him again in a couple of hours just to make sure that that impaction has shifted. If it has, he'll be given some more food, and then he'll be scoped again in the morning, because we need to make sure that it's not something like gastroparesis, which is delayed gastric emptying. So this is clearly what has been making him under the weather and making him reluctant to eat more. But for now, we say nighty-night to little Oebe, with his little tongue sticking out, which is almost like his trademark. And let's just hope that that clears out of his stomach very quickly. Bye, Oebe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Steady fella, just in the esophagus. Good man, good fella. Good boy. Just come back a bit, Julie. Oh, right, just keep coming back. When did he last eat?
10 o'clock last night.
Right, well he's...
Oh.
Hang on. Just come back a bit, Julie. Keep coming back, keep coming back. Right, stop there.
Whereabouts are you at the moment?
Well, it looks like it's still in the esophagus. Yeah, if you just go in, Jules. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
You're not going to tell me megaesophagus, are you?
Well, that. Right. Well, it sort of has to be, because, or unless we're right at the very entrance, because it's got a big ball of food there, but you can still, yeah, I mean, look, still in this, that's esophagus. Right, I'm just going to put a load more air in. Okay, if you go on again. Well, that, stop.
He won't have been eating his belly.
Right, that's
No.
stomach there. So
That's stomach.
That's this is the great curvature of the stomach, and this is a big ball of food. We're a bit upside down, but that's a yeah. Like so this probably would have been sat closer on, but I put some air in, which is why it moved the stomach away from the edge. You just go on a bit more, Julie. If you can. Yeah, like that.
Silly, it's done. Good boy.
Forage, isn't it?
Yeah, just put plain had bits of like
Yeah.
shavings and tech stuff on it as well.
Yeah, that's pretty tightly impacted. Do you see when you squirt into it, it doesn't really break up very much.
Should I have bought some Coke with me?
We've got some. We
Are
went
you
and
sure?
bought some. Yeah, it's not really breaking up very much.
What sort of size is that?
Difficult to say, to be honest. I mean, the stomach's probably sort of 7 litres or so, and so it's not. Yeah, when you squirt into it, it's not really breaking up very much. Right. Okay, that'll do. That's fine. Yeah. Well, actually, you know, I've just put in a few hundred mils of water there, and it's not. Yeah, you know, it's draining around it, so it's probably not huge actually. No, that's all right. Thanks. Right. Okay. Come out.
When you say not huge, how many centimetres are we talking? Inches, if you prefer.
That big?
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
No, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to get some Coke. Yeah. Feels like it's in. Just make sure it. See it? Yeah, it's there. Yeah, grand. Make sure we're in the esophagus, not the windpipe, because a couple of litres of Coke in his lungs will not be beneficial. Good man. Well done, fella.
A couple of litres of Coke for most people isn't beneficial, but for clearing an infection in the stomach, it's very useful.
Hopefully, yeah. There's a good man. Good boy.
Tesco special.
Other brands are available.
Yeah, it's gone.
Right, just hold the tube a sec. Okay. Sorry, I've got it in. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Good man. Good man. Yeah, Coke.
Don't look taste nice, Sam.
I'm not a massive. It's not my favourite fizzy drink. No. That's all right, but I wouldn't know. Don't
Wouldn't have it
disclose
out of choice.
Oh, no. Then I haven't got a stomach impaction, so I don't think I have. It's a question of waiting, seeing how it works now. I mean, I think the best thing to do is for us to tube him again later with more Coke in, say, another couple of hours, and then scope him, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock this evening,
Yeah.
and see whether it shifted it.
Okay. And if it has, then give him another feed.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
And what, scope him again in the morning?
Yeah, just to make sure. But I mean, it looked fairly tight, and so I mean it wouldn't surprise me at all if it didn't break down particularly quickly, because when you're squirting water into it, it wasn't just falling apart.
No, it wasn't.
And also when you put the air in, it was sort of moulded to almost the shape of the stomach, as if it had been clamped
Just
down
stuck
against
on
it.
the side.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave him
So
here
we'll tube him again in a few hours.
Okay. So, because I had to go off to the vets, you've finished up with the blower. You've done a much tidier job than I would have done. Or have you put more stone over the top of that?
No, I've scraped it up. It's in that heap there.
Oh, okay. That's cheating. But was the blower was helpful though, was it?
Yeah. The blower was just going to contaminate too much stone in amongst it, so I just scraped it up with a digger. And for what wood chip there is in it, you can use that stone rather than throw that away.
Yeah, we
Put
can
that
still
in
use
where
that.
we're going to concrete it, so it'll be perfectly fine to put underneath
Okay,
concreting.
cool. Look at that. All rolled and neat. Oh, can I let them through now? Well, having got back from Penrith without Oebe, got back to the farm, and Frey and Molly had done a wonderful job looking after everybody, and had got Micah and Doubtson all nice and clean and looking beautiful, ready for me to take them over to Mel's. I hopped out of the lorry and discovered that we had a rather soft tyre. So unfortunately, I've had to cancel today's trip over there. So I'm just spending a little bit of time with them here at the farm, doing some groundwork here and trying to beat the daylight. So Micah, as you know, she's quite tight and tense. So we've done a few of the regular groundwork, sort of Pilates exercises, and we're just going over some poles, which is a really good thing for her to do anyway, because it just helps her stretch out a little bit. So we'll crack on now, Mai, so that we can do Doubtson before the sun completely disappears. Doubtson's turn, but she says it's very, very scary when it's going dusky. You have to look at everything. Either that, or she's just checking out which free reiners have already headed up into the woods, because she'd rather be with them. Come on, Dow, even if we do 10 minutes, it's better than nothing, isn't it? But at the moment, you're not concentrating on me. Oh, and now Micah's shouting to you because she wants to go down the road. You can go down the road in a minute. It'll be dark, but it'll be fine. That's better attention. Sorry, not very good filming because it's a bit dusky. So we're a little bit grainy. But isn't she beautiful? She's such a gorgeous moving horse. So elegant. Well, good evening. It's quite late on Thursday, and it's turned rather cold actually, I have to say. As you've heard, Oebe has spent most of the day up at the vets in Penrith. And I honestly thought that he'd be staying there overnight. But shortly after I finished working Doubtson and Micah, I spoke with our lorry mechanic, Jeff, who said that he could get the horse box sorted, the tyre that was a little soft, sorted first thing in the morning. And no sooner had I put the phone down to him, and I got a phone call from Julie up at the vets, who's been looking after Oebe. Now, she told me that when they scoped him later this afternoon, the impacted food had started to break down. Sorry, I just needed to give him a feed. Anyway, Julie told me that when they scoped him later in the afternoon, the food that had been impacted had started to break down, which was really good, but what it did reveal was that underneath there were some quite nasty ulcers.
see there's still a bit of impaction. Well, it's quite liquidy though, and the bit that we're worried about that needs treatment is this area here, which is there's food stuck to it. In a minute you'll see that that's got an ulcer on it, or quite a nasty ulcer. Yeah, see this? But that area there is really pink and inflamed, so that's ulcerated. This is the joint between the glandular stomach and the non-glandular. It's actually upside down, but it doesn't really matter on this. But see, all this food material and fibrin won't squirt off, won't wash off. So there's quite a nasty ulcer there, probably underneath here as well. But that massive great ball of food's gone.
Now, as you can imagine, I'm hugely relieved that I did take him up today, because some of you will remember that it was a combination of ulcers and an impaction that caused us to lose Doutson's brother, Wouter, quite a few years ago when his stomach ruptured. Now, at the time, I thought maybe he just wasn't living a natural enough life. He didn't have enough time out in the field, eating soft grass and always being able to move around, because he was stabled quite a lot. But of course, as you know, Iceman was also diagnosed with ulcers a couple of years ago, and he lives out 24/7, just as Oebe does. And neither of them live stressful lives, which historically was thought to be a big cause of ulcers. But we now know that's not always the case. And with Friesians, gastric impaction is sadly all too common. So with Oebe, it might simply be that he's genetically more susceptible. You know, it'd be really easy to point to it being caused by all that long grass in the field that we put him and the others into a couple of weeks ago. You know, that may well have caused the impaction, but in all honesty, we'll probably never know. Anyway, the long and short of it is that he started on peptizol, which is the medication used to treat ulcers, because that needs to settle down before anything else can improve. Julie also said that he wasn't really settling being up there on his own, and he would be much happier back home. Now, naturally, Frey didn't want him stressing. I didn't want him stressing all night because, you know, he was away from home, didn't know what was going on. So I was keen to get him back. Now, with the lorry out of action, we had to bring him home in the trailer. And as we still haven't got round to sorting the tow bar on the car, that's a long story I won't bore you with now, I had to take up Tony's very kind offer that he'd made earlier in the day that we could use his truck if we couldn't get the horse box sorted before we needed to pick him up. And as you can see, he is now home, safe and sound, tucked up in bed and now enjoying a big sloppy feed, which will see him through the night. So I'd like to end today with another big thank you to all of you who've kindly visited our wish list. To help with vets costs, the invoices these past couple of months have been rather steep, and your support is appreciated more than I think you'll ever know. We're going to be putting Oebe on the advanced pectigus supplement that we've also got Iceman and Doutson on. So again, any of you who are in a position to help us with feeds or supplements, that's always very welcome too. Anyway, thank you all for your very kind words of support and for helping us to carry on giving these horses the very best care that they deserve. Well, Oebe has had his own taxi this evening, courtesy of Mr. Dixon, who very kindly has come out to the rescue to come and bring him home from Penrith. Are you going to unload him as well? You see, not just groundworks.
Service with a smile.
Absolutely. Hidda's come to check, because Hidda did wonder why I came back with an empty lorry earlier. So you two can start squealing at each other now. Then we'll know that Uber's feeling better. Got little Princey here. The girls are through there, so they're all waiting for him to come back. Right, you ready to come off?
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you laughter, thank you for the tears. Thank you for the moments that we hold dear.